My special guys in the hospital, we played poker constantly and whenever we could in the morgue over there. So, I mean, you know, it was very quiet. We were the only ones betting, and nobody wanted to come in there, so we had a good time. We had a table, short table with an army blanket on it. Couldn't hear anybody, and we had a hell of a good time. And nobody knew where we were. I think it was off duty. I think we were in the evening, but I can't remember because whenever we could get a group together that was free for several hours, we would gather together and play poker. A lot of fun.
Teenage rebellion. We don't realize it as a rebellion. A teenager would go through all that, right? It would get so hot in camp. Everybody would go to the camp and wade in the water and the streams, yeah. But we would all, you know, we're safe. Where else could you go? Except there was a guard tower there. We could have gotten shot. But you know, it's like stalag. We said, ooh, this is exciting. Oh, the light is going over that way. Okay, come on, now it's time to move to get out of here. You know, I'm going, if my mother and dad found out, they would have croaked this one. But we did that. Nothing of it. We just thought it was an adventure.
We would put rocks across the stream, and occasionally there'd be a fish in there, and we'd chase it around till we caught him with our hands. And we're playing in the creek, and we're afraid of the MPs because they have a rifle. And we know that there's this dead zone area that we're not supposed to be in. If you're really careful, we can sneak up through the creek and go under the fence. But we didn't do that because we always thought we'd get shot. And then one day, this MP motions to us, and I'm there, so I walk over there, and I don't know what he wants. And he tosses us this bag over the fence, a brown paper bag. And in it are these little frames, and they have fishing line wrapped around them, and they have a hook on them. He saw what we were doing and went out of his way. It was an act of kindness.
There's a guy named Gandhi next a barrack, and Gandhi was an East Side guy. Gandhi always had a couple bottles of shochu, and shochu is a liquor like whiskey, vodka. Today they make it out of barley, rice, wheat, and the good stuff. But in those days, in the old days, they made it out of anything they could get hold of. And in camp, they had out of potatoes. We ate out of potatoes. So they had out of potato peels, they saved that, and they fermented it and turned it into shochu. And my mother always used to warn me, said, don't ever drink shochu. My friend went to Gandhi and asked for a bottle of shochu. Well, to make the long story short, we started sipping on the shochu. It felt good, and you know, later we started getting woozy, and then we started vomiting. And my friend, he kept saying, well, geez, you know, this is hell. I know what hell is like because this is hell, you know, hell on earth. So that was the first time I got exposed to drinking.
I would go down to the block office and I would study the Sears catalog to order everything that I wanted. My father also, through the Sears catalog, ordered a 1/4 horsepower motor because he wanted a cooler. And I said to my father, well, how can you get a cooler? Because I was able to read, and I had memorized a catalog that says you must have government-approved letter or whatever to indicate that this is a very vital part of the war effort. He says, no problem. And so he wrote his own letter of approval, had someone else sign it and put it in with the order, and he sent it to Sears Roebuck. And then within 2 weeks, he got his 1/4 horsepower motor to make the cooler. You know, where he put the motor up at the top and a fan, and then he had burlap on the outside. Then he had a drip system where the water came down, and the water would cool it off. It was pretty good.
I remember when my girlfriend and I said, let's go climb up the mountain. And so we said, okay. So we said, well, we got to get lunch. So we went to the mess hall, and we told the cook, we need a lunch for tomorrow because we're going to go up to the mountains. So the man says, after breakfast, come and get your lunch. We'll have it ready for you. Okay. So after breakfast, my girlfriend and I started walking up the mountain. You know, when you're down there looking up at the foot of the mountain, it doesn't look very far. Ever try walking that? Yeah, it's further than you think. And so we started out. And you know, it's beautiful. You see these little animals and lizards and squirrels or rabbits and creatures of water running no matter where you go. So we walked and we walked and we'd sit and we'd eat our lunch and then we'd walk on. And so we thought, oh gosh, let's go back. So we started walking back. We didn't realize how long we walked up there because by the time we got back into the camp, it was black, it was dark. And as we were walking by, I had to walk by the mess hall. I saw all these people out there. And we were wondering, oh, something must have happened here. So I go inside the house and my mother, madder than hell, where have you been? We heard you went up to the mountain. How come? No. And I got bawled out and they said, to go back to the mess hall. They're getting the search party ready for us. Boy, did I get it that day.